Hello and welcome to another episode of Courtroom. A question that disturbs many parents is exactly how to tell their children about sex. Many of us learned about sex and sex education from friends, movies, and erotic romance novels. Actually, this is so wrong. Let's not even talk about our parents because 95% of the time, they avoid discussing issues of such with us. I learned about sex from different persons while in school. I have never had an extensive discussion concerning it with any close older relative. Parents who ought to be the primary sex educator delay talking about sex because they can't seem to find the right time or find the right word. So they keep putting it off, and this is getting them nowhere. If our parents at home cannot discuss sex and its pros and cons with us, who else should do it? What do you think happens when you learn things from the wrong places? It might not necessarily be a wrong thing you are learning, but learning it from the wrong place could be highly disastrous, which is the case of today. Everyone knows about sex, but from who? When I was in secondary school, a girl took it upon herself to tell me about her sexual experiences. I was shocked and wondering how a girl could be less than 18 years and sexually active. By some miracle, she made it out of secondary school without getting pregnant. It wasn't like she was totally proud of the experiences, but she had obviously been misinformed, probably by another girl or by the so-called boyfriends. We are meant to believe that thinking about sex or talking about it is evil, yet we are faced with it at every corner we turn our heads. Many of us have misbehaved. Many of us have given ourselves to the wrong people or persons on the issue of sex because of lack of proper information. What do you think would have been the case if you learnt of sex from your parent or guardian before you heard it from anyone else? How do you think it would have registered in your mind? Wouldn't you have done better in your sexuality? The discussion of sex is highly frowned at home, mosques, and even churches, which are supposed to be the most open, honest, and comfortable place for kids and teenagers to learn and ask questions about sex. I'll tell you why sex education is very important. 1. The world is already teaching our kids about sex, whether you believe it or not. It's teaching them that sex is casual. It's telling them that sex is purely satisfying your pleasure, that it means nothing. That is because feeling good and getting what you want, and there is nothing more attached to it. As parents, you must be the very first person in your kids' life to educate them about sex. We need to explain from the beginning what God created it to be. 2. It's important because of the free access to pornography. The pornography industry wants to get our kids hooked, like it got many in my generation hooked. It's a big industry that wants nothing than making billions of dollars at the expense of families everywhere. As parents, we should already be talking about the evils of pornography before our kids are even exposed. 3. It helps them make good decisions. It's clear when kids and teenagers are being taught about sex from their early age and accurate information are provided. It increases their ability to make positive and health-enhancing decisions in their sex life. Young people can make good decisions about their sex life when given the right information at the right time by their parents. 4. If we continue or if we start sex education young, we can easily keep the conversation going. Starting a conversation about sex early and continuing that conversation as a child grows is the best sex education strategy. It allows the parent to feel comfortable talking about sex even when the child reaches teenagehood. A parent should be a child's first source of sex education. Each person's view on sex can influence his or her attitude towards life. Sex is a part of personality, and sex education can help develop a complete personality. That is why sex education should be an important part of family education and should be given at home from childhood. There's no place like home when it comes to sex education. Many of us want to hear our parents talk about puberty, menstruation, reproduction, STD, contraceptive, abortion, premarital sex. Remember, sex education, no matter how little, is safer than no sex education at all. I hope we all learned something. I'll see you guys next week. Stay blessed. Follow me on all my social media handle, and please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.